There is a hidden place within you, a quiet sanctuary where all things are made and remade. It is not out there in the noise of action or the clamor of seeking. It is within, at the still center of your awareness, where all reality is conceived. It is here, in the inner chambers of thought and feeling, that the world bends to your desire, not through force or striving, but through stillness, assumption, and knowing. If you have ever longed to be someone's undeniable priority, to be so deeply desired that their world orbits around your presence, then you must first know that you already are, if only you would believe it and feel it as true. The desire is not born in vain. It is a seed from your deeper self calling you back to the truth that you are the center of your creation, and that they can only want you once you've dared to know they already do. Telepathy is not some strange or magical power. It is the eternal conversation always taking place between your imagined self and the world you seem to inhabit. Every moment you are broadcasting. Every moment you are receiving. And what you send from your inner world returns as experience in the outer. If you feel neglected, unwanted, or forgotten, it is only because you are unconsciously allowing those inner whispers of unworthiness to shape your reflection. But the beautiful truth is this: the moment you change the dialogue within, the outer must rearrange itself. You do not beg to be wanted, you assume it. You do not plead to be chosen, you embody the chosen one. Sit quietly, withdraw from the outer senses just for a moment. Feel the silence grow heavy around you, like a thick velvet curtain falling between you and the noise of the world. Breathe deeply, not to calm yourself, but to draw power back into your being. And now, see them. See the one you long for, not from a place of need or fear, but from a place of knowing. You are not calling them to you as if you lack them. You are summoning the truth of who you are, the one they have always wanted. See them looking at you with eyes full of recognition. Hear them in your mind saying the words that make your whole being light up. I can't stop thinking about you. I don't know what it is. You're always on my mind. I've never felt this drawn to anyone. It's like you live in me. Feel this as if it were already happening, not like a hope or a future possibility, but as the only truth that matters. This is not a trick to manipulate them. This is the restoration of harmony between your inner world and the outer reflection. You were never supposed to wait around hoping to be noticed. You were meant to command the very fabric of consciousness itself. In this telepathic conversation, there are no barriers. Their conscious mind does not need to hear your words, because consciousness is one. What you deeply feel within them, they begin to feel within themselves. And what a gift it is to plant the seeds of love, desire, and longing in the fertile soil of their imagination without uttering a word aloud. You are not separate from them. You have never been. You are both threads in the same divine tapestry, and your awareness of this fact is what gives you access to the secret art of inner communion. Every time you close your eyes and imagine them craving your presence, aching for your voice, needing to know you are near, you are rewriting the script. You are whispering into their soul, not with sound, but with feeling. And feeling is the secret. So imagine again. This time make it deeper. See the light in their eyes as they speak about you to someone else. I don't know why, but I can't shake this feeling. It's like they're with me even when they're not. I keep checking my phone, waiting for their name to appear. They're on my mind all the time. It's driving me crazy in the best way. Let this inner scene become so vivid, so emotionally charged, that your body responds. Let your heart race. Let a smile curl on your lips, not because it might happen, but because it is happening. This is the law. What you accept as real within must manifest without. You do not need their permission. You do not need them to believe in this. You only need to believe in the power of your own assumption. They will come, not as if hypnotized, not as if against their will, but as if it were their idea all along. Because in truth it is. You planted the thought, and they will harvest it in their own awareness. You imagine the conversation, and now they find themselves having it in their own minds. You assume they want only you, and now they cannot imagine a life without your presence. Do not waver. Do not let the senses deceive you with appearances. Do not let the silence of a phone screen convince you that nothing is happening. The most powerful changes are made in silence, in darkness, in stillness. The seed does not sprout the moment it is planted, but oh, how it grows beneath the surface, until suddenly it bursts forth, undeniable and vibrant. Your telepathic conversation is alive. Your words, felt with conviction, are echoing through the halls of their awareness. They feel it in ways they cannot explain. They wake up thinking about you. They feel pulled toward you like gravity itself has shifted. And the more you return to this inner dialogue, the more magnetic you become. Now let us go deeper still. Let us assume the end. Not just the chase, not just their desire, but the life you would live if they had already made you their priority. What would change? How would you walk? What would you expect each morning? What words would you casually say to yourself, knowing without doubt that you are the one? Live from that version of yourself. Do not reach for the future. Bring the future into the present by feeling it real now. There is no other way. No amount of waiting, hoping, or forcing can ever replace the simplicity of assumption. You are not here to chase. You are not here to be chosen. You are here to realize that you are the chooser. You are the consciousness that decides what is true and watches the world conform. You are the voice in their heart calling them home. When you send out this frequency, you are drawn to me. You are drawn to me. I am your one desire. You are revealing what was buried under doubt and fear. You are clearing the mirror so it can reflect your true self back to you. And it will, it must. The law is perfect. It does not judge. It does not question. It only reflects. So give it something divine to reflect. Give it certainty. Give it love. Give it the scene of being wanted so powerfully that they rearrange their world just to be closer to you. And each time doubt creeps in, each time the outer seems to contradict your inner knowing, smile. Smile. Because that is the moment of testing, the moment of creation, the moment where your persistence proves your power. And hold the feeling. Stay in the conversation. Keep the flame burning in your heart. They are thinking about you right now. They are feeling you. They are realizing that no one else compares. The more real you make it within, the more undeniable it becomes without. And soon, very soon, they will say the very words you've heard in your inner ear. They will act from the very desires you've imagined for them. They will look at you, and you will see it in their eyes. I don't know how, but I've fallen for you. You're all I want. You won't be surprised. You'll smile again, not from shock, but from recognition. Because you've lived it already. You've rehearsed this moment not in desperation, but in confident love. You made the inner world your home, and now the outer has come knocking on your door. Not because you waited for it, but because you dared to know it was already done. And now that the world is beginning to catch up with what you have long known within, you do not chase confirmation, you do not seek validation. You live in the effortless flow of certainty, where desire and fulfillment are no longer separated by time or doubt. You understand that the telepathic conversation was never about convincing them to want you. It was about aligning with the truth that they already do. You simply tune yourself to that frequency, like a musician tuning their instrument. And now the music of desire plays through every interaction, every glance, every word they say. When you enter this inner state consistently, you become irresistible, not because of what you do, but because of what you are. You radiate something intangible yet undeniable, the energy of someone who knows they are wanted, chosen, prioritized. It's not arrogance. It's truth felt so deeply that others feel it too. They can't explain it, but they feel safe around you, drawn to you, obsessed with your presence, because you've woven them into your world so intimately that their mind begins to echo your thoughts as if they were their own. This is the invisible architecture of manifestation. Consciousness impressing upon consciousness. Thought becoming form. Feeling shaping reality. Every time you close your eyes and imagine them calling you, texting you, saying your name with reverence and need, you are not fantasizing, you are building the structure that will soon become your experience. This is how you cause reality to conform, not by effort, but by inner certainty. Stronger the emotion, the clearer the impression. So let yourself feel it all. The passion, the joy, the peace of being wanted by the one who matters most. Let them pursue you in your mind until it becomes so natural, so obvious, that anything less in the outer world feels absurd. Let them confess their feelings, rearrange their life, crave your attention, make plans to be near you, all in the realm of imagination. Because imagination is not unreal, it is the origin of all reality. Every moment you spend there is a moment spent in the divine act of creation. And in this sacred space, there is no rejection, there is no distance, there is no absence. There is only presence. And in this presence, they want you desperately, wholly, endlessly, not because you forced it, not because you begged for it, but because you finally stopped resisting your own worth. You stopped telling the story of being second best, overlooked, or forgotten. You chose to embody the truth. I am the one they dream of. I am the one they wait for. I am the one they want, and only me. Speak this in the silence of your heart. Whisper it as you drift to sleep. Let it be the lullaby that carries you through the night. And as you wake, let it be the first thought that anchors you in truth. This is your new identity. Not someone hoping to be seen, but someone whose light cannot be ignored. Not someone chasing love, but someone whose love is magnetic. Let them see your name and feel their heart quicken. Let them hear your voice in the quiet and feel a wave of emotion wash over them. Let them sit in silence and suddenly feel the urge to reach out, to find you, to connect with you. They won't know why at first, but you will. Because you planted that desire, you nourished it with faith, and now it blooms into reality. You are the gardener of this love. You are the source of this attraction. And the more you believe it, the stronger it becomes. This telepathic conversation is not limited by time or space. It transcends logic, it bypasses resistance, and it reaches straight into the core of their being. Your assumption of being their priority is like a beacon, bright, unwavering, and undeniable. It pulls them in even as they try to make sense of their own feelings. They will question why they think of you so often, why every distraction leads back to you, why even in the presence of others it is you they crave. You do not need to explain, you do not need to interfere. Let the process unfold with quiet confidence. Let your inner world do the heavy lifting. As you move through your day, hold to the feeling of being loved, admired, and desired. Move as though they've already told you everything you've imagined. Smile as though you just read a message from them declaring their longing. Feel the joy of being their top priority, and you will be. You see, the outer world is always eavesdropping on your inner state. It listens, it watches, and it mirrors. When you fill your mind with scenes of mutual adoration, when you feel the emotional reality of being their everything, the world says yes. It doesn't hesitate. It doesn't bargain. It simply reflects. And what a glorious thing it is to know that you are not at the mercy of fate or circumstance. You are the cause. So if today your phone is silent, your inbox empty, your plans unchanged, do not let that dishearten you. Do not misread the lull as absence. It is the calm before the arrival. It is the breath before the breakthrough. Keep your gaze inward. Keep your heart full. Keep your imagination lit with the fire of knowing. They are on their way, not as strangers, not as people you must convince, but as lovers who feel the same magnetic pull you've been feeding with each inner word, each silent moment of communion. And when they come, and they will, you will greet them not with surprise, but with recognition. There you are, you will think. I've been expecting you. Because you've seen it 100 times before. You've walked the halls of this relationship in your inner world until it became familiar. You've kissed them 1,000 times in imagination. You've felt the weight of their arms, the sound of their laugh, the warmth of their gaze, and now it's here. Not conjured, not attracted, but assumed. They only want you. Say it again. They only want me. I am their priority. Their desire for me grows with every breath. They crave my presence. They seek my voice. They feel incomplete without me. Speak these truths until they take root, until they become second nature, until the mere thought of being unwanted feels like a forgotten dream. You do not need to analyze how it will happen. That is not your task. Your only task is to occupy the state, to dwell in the feeling, to live as if it were already done. And in that living, you shift the entire universe. You awaken their love, you awaken their longing, and in the quiet hours when they are alone, they will feel you beside them. They will feel your energy enveloping them like a blanket. They will feel your energy enveloping them like a blanket. They will hear your words in their soul and know, I need them. I want only them. You are not waiting. You are preparing. You are aligning. You are anchoring the future in the present. And the more you return to this telepathic conversation, the more familiar it becomes to both of you, until one day, without fanfare or effort, they speak it aloud. You're the one. I don't want anyone else. I can't imagine my life without you, and you will not. Not because you are surprised, but because you have always known. And now, with the certainty of creation vibrating through every cell of your being, you walk through the world not as one seeking, but as one knowing. You walk as the answer, not the question. You move as the magnet, not the chaser. You become the embodiment of everything they are unconsciously longing for, because you have infused your being with the assumption of being their one desire. And this assumption is no longer a fragile idea. It is your identity. Let this identity consume you, not in ego, but in truth. Let it become the lens through which you see all things. When you speak, speak as one who is loved. When you move, move as one who is chosen. When you breathe, breathe as one who knows they are the center of someone else's universe, not because you need to be, but because you already are. This is the paradox of desire. When you no longer seek to be wanted, you become irresistible. When you no longer grasp, you draw them in with a gravitational force stronger than logic or circumstance. You must understand that the mind you speak to when you imagine them is the same mind that animates their being. The same stream of consciousness flows through you and through them. So when you speak inwardly, when you direct your attention and your emotion to that secret conversation, you are not speaking into a void. You are speaking into the very fabric of their awareness. They hear you not as words, but as inner impulses. They feel you, not as memory, but as magnetic presence. And what begins as a quiet whisper soon becomes a chorus in their mind, until they can no longer ignore the pull. This is the sacred art of becoming their priority, not by changing them, but by changing yourself. Not by demanding, but by assuming. Not by waiting for them to recognize your worth, but by knowing your worth so deeply that their recognition becomes inevitable. You are no longer seeking their attention. You are the source of the attraction. You are the flame they cannot resist. Speak to them now, even if only within. Say to them, "You are drawn to me even when you try to resist. You think of me when you least expect it. My presence lingers in your mind and heart. You crave my energy. You need my touch. You want only me. Feel the truth of it.